Hey, this is Daryl Olson from the Jackson Fishing Team, and today we're going to tie up our last fly for shad. It's called the simple one. I hope it's simple. I think it is. I've tied a few of them. And you can tie this either in a size 8 for hickory shad, it says, or 6 for American shad. So we're going to tie up a smaller one, the size 8, for some hickory, and we'll see how it goes. I don't think there's, much difference between the two, but anyway, let's take a look at the fly and see how simple it is. And I'll explain the materials as we go along. All right, this here's the simple one. This is a size 8, and like pretty simple looking, I'm going to say. Anyway, there we go. Pretty simple in there. And we'll go ahead and take this out, and we will tie one up. And since we're tying it on a size 8, I'm using a nymph hook, a TMC 5262. It's 2X long, 2X strong, or extra heavy. And we'll go ahead and put one in the vise after I debarb it. I've been out shad fishing already. Went out on Monday and managed to bring one to into the net, and two got away. But and on that one there, I was using the Kip Tail clouser, or a micro clouser on there. The thread I'm going to use is some 140 Vivas in red, and we'll just start this right back behind there. There's really no weight on this one here. It's all dependent on using that sinking line or sink tip on there. But there were a lot of people out there fishing for shad up on the Rediversion Canal. I was had to do a lot of roll casting, because the ideal place for me would have been where all the spin casters were at. And that's what it was. That's where they wanted, and I had to go into between the shore and the trees. The next material we're going to use is a flat diamond braid silver for the body. And I'll start this back right up here by the eye of the hook. And we'll take this thread back and forward again. And what I'm trying to do is just keep my body consistent instead of having a big bump somewhere. I think it looks a lot better. It catches that fisherman anyway in there. And then just to add some durability, I don't think you really need to for that. I'm just gonna get in there, and we'll wrap this forward and tie it off. And this will give it a glimmer of like a lateral line on a bait fish maybe, or something that attracts those shad. This might even be a good panfish fly. Trim that off. All right, the last material we're going to do is some white Kip Tail. Like I said, it says it's a one simple fly, and so far it looks like it, doesn't it? And then we're just going to want this to go right past the bend of the hook a little bit. I'll trim off this here. And we'll give it a couple loose wraps. And then I'm going to spin this around so it goes around the hook. Looks like it there. And we'll tie this in, give it a head. It has a red head, so it's red and white, you know, as traditional colors for streamers. So you can't go wrong with that. And then we'll tie it off. I can get a hold of my whip finish tool. We'll trim that off and give it a little head cement. And then let that dry. And there we have it. A one simple fly. I suppose that's a good little fly there. Well, that's what they said. It's pretty simple. A simple fly for shad fishing. Probably it's a very good guide fly. You know, you might even want to try to tie these up maybe in chartreuse or orange, whatever, for your local waters, whatever they like. You're into shad fishing. But yeah, I'm gonna go out again a couple more times, see if I can get some more shad. But I let them go, or I give them to people on the shoreline. All right, give it a try. Let me know if it works for you. And I think this fly will even work for the brim, the panfish, sunfish, whatever you want to call them. Anyway, we'll see you on the water.